Oh my god. Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John. In this video, as the one I promised you a while back, this is an unboxing with a difference. Predominantly this is an unboxing of a package that was sent by my good friend Michael Hewett. The difference has been this. So the unboxing with a difference that I've been talking about is the fact that you've all seen me going to unbox this stuff from Michael Hewett. But the difference is, here is Michael Hewett.
Hello John, how are you?
I'm fine, Michael, how are you?
Really, really good, thank you very much.
Well, we went up today and we have, because Michael's come up from Cardiff and just stopping in Leamington, and we decided to meet up in the Merit Centre today. I've had a look around the shop. I'll show you what I've picked up at the end of this video. So funny enough, when we're in HMV, we're bumping into Phillips, having a good chat with him. So it's good to catch up with him. We're talking about this and that. We're talking about the fact that Doctor Who being filmed in Cardiff. So that was something we've been talking about actually when we before made a video.
Where's me ladders?
So after this meetup, you'll see what Michael has sent me this time. Because Michael sent me quite a bit of stuff in the past which you'll know about. If you haven't seen those videos, I'm going to link them down below and you'll see what else that Michael's got for us. But Michael's been very generous and sent us up another big box which you'll see after this introduction. But I just wanted to thank Michael personally for all the things that you have sent us in the past, and it's actually one of the things today I picked up on the fact that it's another slip from Michael which I got from CX. So unfortunately HMV was a bit of a bust. There's nothing in there, there's nothing really to pick up.
No, there wasn't much in there at all, but we did go to CX and have a quick look in there as well, but nothing much in there unfortunately either.
No, but if anybody's interested in getting a copy of Blood Harvest, the really hard one to get in the Slasher Classics collection, there's one in there for £80. So I said, if you've not got two, I mean, come on. But never mind, it's a hard one to get, I know it is. I don't think it's £80 hard, but yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, I just the difference to this whole video is the fact that I'm able to sort of thank the person who has sent me these great things in the past, and obviously just now, which you haven't seen, but you will see after I've signed off on this bit. And so I'd shake your hand, but I'm going to shake it with the left hand, one of them ones, a bit awkward because I'm right-handed, but I'm holding the phone with the right hand, and didn't think that one through. Anyway, so thanks once again for giving me this subscriber mail, and I'm interested for you to see it because I have already unboxed it. I know what's in here, and I think you'll have a great time with it. And also as well, without a spoiler alert, there's some movies in there that Michael sent us, and one of them, oh my god, that's all I'm going to say. And you couldn't have picked anything better for us, and it was like the read me mind. So yeah.
You're welcome John, anytime. Thanks for inviting me on your video John, I do appreciate it, thank you.
That's no problem, it's just great to meet up with somebody because you get sent stuff and you don't really get the chance to actually thank the person in the flesh, because sometimes some words on a video don't get across what you really want to say to somebody.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have that sort of thing where you meet up, have a cup of coffee and just sort of chew the fat, and it's great to talk to like-minded people who are fans of movies,
yeah.
You know, and yeah, no, it's my pleasure to speak to you today. And yeah, if you're ever in the northeast again, Leamington, you'll have to give us a shout, and we'll have to come here. When's the sale on, hopefully?
Definitely HMV sale.
Yeah,
Gotta be an HMV sale.
Yeah, or a sale in CX. That doesn't happen, does it?
No,
it doesn't. Right, but anyway, so back to Michael's unboxing of Michael's stuff. You're going to love this video, I'll tell you. So thanks once again, Michael. See you soon.
Take care.
So it's great to finally meet Michael Hewett in the flesh. He sent me loads of great things in the past. I'll link them down below. And just wanted to say thanks to Michael for coming along, meeting up, having a cup of coffee and chats and just talking and looking through the shelves. It was great. It's great to actually meet somebody that you've known kind of virtually for a long time actually. And it's really nice to thank somebody in the flesh for the generosity of their gifts that they've sent us over the past few years, basically. So the couple of things I got when I was with Michael in CX was one missed call for, look at that slipcover, and the slipcover is from Michael. So this, I think this had a slipcover on, but it was a bit ropey, so I swapped it with the slipcover that Michael had sent in the past. This was £1. Interested to see this movie? Just that slipcover really does it for me. It's funny, what sometimes I've got on the shelf over there, and when somebody walks in you can kind of see it and you go, whoa, what's that? But yeah, so I was always going to pick this one up with the slipcovers that I get off Michael, and this was one that was high on the list, and as soon as I saw it I thought, I'm getting that one. So that was one missed call for £1. And also I picked up for £4 Oculus. This stars Karen Gillan. Now as soon as I found that out, I wanted to get this movie because I'm a big fan of hers. I think she's absolutely brilliant. And don't know anything about it. No, it's a bit of a kind of a spooky ghost story in a way. I think she sets up these ghost traps to capture things on videos. So it sounds quite good. Like I say, I've always got time for her when she makes a movie. I think she's a great screen presence. So those were the two things I picked up when I was at the Metal Centre with Michael. Also, I've got to say that Michael has sent this to me special delivery, and also the postage on here is £8.95. So it's just amazing and so generous of Michael to do this. Now Michael sent me some things before, and what I'll do is I'll leave a link down below to all the things he sent before, and if you like what you're seeing here, take a look at those other videos because they're absolutely brilliant, and you might get a blast out of what you're seeing them. I did. So let's see what's in here. As always, Michael has sent this really well packed, very sturdy. Like I say, Michael doesn't have to do the special delivery, but he did, so that's all credit to him. And I'll open this very gently, very carefully, and make sure I'm not doing anything, destroying anything untoward. And I'll do what I always do. I will open this and pull the things out, and you will see them as I see them. So you get the same surprise as I do. I like doing that way. Okay, so there is a note here, so I'll read the note out what Michael has sent. Hi John, Happy New Year, all the best to you as well Michael. Let's hope we have a lot more Blu-ray titles as we can all add to our collections in 2023. You said it right there. I have sent you a few Blu-rays from my recent trip to the USA. And as usual, some more slipcovers. Enjoy, Michael Hewett. Now, Michael did say to me that he said he was going across to the US, and he said he was going to pick us some titles up, and I was like, wow. So some of these have come from the US. And also he said he sent us some slipcovers, which he sent us slipcover. If you look at the videos down below, you'll see the slipcovers he sent us in the past, and they're incredible. So I'm just going to dig into this, and I'm just going to see what I pull out. First up is, well, individually wrapped, sealed. Michael did say he was going to get me this. Now this is the US version of the 4K of a Clockwork Orange. Wow, in a slim case. So it's the same cover as the UK one, but the different case, the thin case from America, and also it's the, I would imagine, it's not NTSC anymore. But I'm interested to see how this plays. Does it look any different to the one in the UK? Because sometimes when you used to get stuff from the US, it used to look a little bit better, even though it's the same quality. Now I know that the two DVDs I've got of this one, one's from the US and one from the UK, the US one did look a bit better. So that's interesting to see that one. So this is a Clockwork Orange number 13 for me. Lucky for some, but it wasn't lucky for me. So that's a Clockwork Orange. Brilliant. Not Clockwork Orange, a Clockwork Orange. Next up is, I'm going to try and keep them, I'll get the movies and then I'll get the slipcovers. This one here is oh my god. This is incredible, and I'll tell you why. Because this is something that I've wanted for a long time, and I absolutely love this series. And of course it's one of them ones where you think, I'll just walk in HMV or anywhere and get it. Not available in the UK. And I thought this was going to be quite a
a hard thing to get all of these movies, but luckily enough, Michael has got me Sharknado, the complete collection. 6 films. These movies are insane, and they get better, or should I say worse, as they go along. I've got to say Sharknado, the first one, is the most serious out of the whole lot, but as I go down they just get absolutely insane. It's region A lock, but it doesn't matter because I've got my multi-region player. Essential for everybody wanting to watch these things from America. This is, I don't know if I mentioned this, I don't think I mentioned this on a movie, on a video, but a bit bowled away by this. This is amazing. These are the things that really float my boat, pun intended. But wow, so these movies, if you haven't seen them, they are available, or they were available on the Sci-Fi channel, but to have these, to own these all in one go is just incredible. This is amazing. I didn't even know you get the full 6. I thought you had to buy them individually, but wow, this is amazing. So we're only 2 in. That's a belt of that, Michael. You've really done well. There's some excess packing. Excellent. And some more. See, the thing is, when people do this, they know the collectors. When there's nothing take much to put some bubble wrap in the bottom of the thing to make sure the things don't rattle about. Are you listening, Zavi? Right. Where am I? Okay, so looks as if there's one thing left, and this is all. Oh my God, this is all slipcovers. Wow. Yes. So the last thing here, the last thing. Wow, look at them. Those are incredible. And I never thought I would own an American Clockwork Orange, but there you go. This is insane. It's absolutely amazing. So pleased to get this. So like I say, at this point, but we'll try my system downstairs and see if this region lock. Sometimes they are. They say they aren't, and they say they are. It does say it's got Dolby sound on here as well. Wow, can you believe it? Right, so I'll get these out of here. These are the slip covers, and we'll go through the slip covers and see what ones Michael has sent me this time. So first up is, and I've looked at this one, but I've tried not to look at them, is Vantage Point, sorry. Now, weirdly enough, in Boston, I've seen this movie a lot of times, on the shelves, and I do like Dennis Quaid, if I'm honest. I think he's quite a good actor. His brother Randy Quaid was excellent, but I don't think his movies sort of translate these that well these days. Got a great cast here: Matthew Fox, Forrest Whitaker, Sigourney Weaver, and William Hurt. So that'll be a CEX pickup. I'll make my usual thing where I'll put a CEX pile, and I'll do ones. I might have ones that I can swap on here or put onto a movie, a Blu-ray. Okay, so next up is, weirdly enough, I've just got this. I've just actually picked this up. It's over there, but the slip cover has got, yes it has, it's got a spine slash on it, and this one hasn't got a spine slash, so this one will get upgraded instantly. And I've checked a bit of the movie and look quite good actually. So, and this is great, this embossing, and those bullet holes are embossed as well. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So that's a good upgrade. That I wouldn't care when I got it. I thought, no, it's got a spine slash on it. Well, now I haven't. Next one is, is this what's he called? Ryan Reynolds. Yes, I remember seeing this and thinking, oh, that looks quite interesting. I didn't realise it was Ryan Reynolds, so I thought I'll have to get this. So this is another CX. I'll put them into like upgrading me movies, and this is the CX pile. I'll put this. I've seen this quite a few times, not the slipcover, I imagine, but Ryan Reynolds. I'm interested in seeing if he's doing if it's a kind of maybe like a horror film or a thriller. Nice one. I like him actually. Next up is Lenticular alert. I've got this one. Got no slip on it. Well, now I have. That's brilliant to get a lenticular slip on that one. Weird enough, I've had it in the collection for a long time, but I haven't watched it yet. And I've heard good things about this. Got a good cast in it as well. And I think actually Robert De Niro is actually quite good in this one, because he seems to be making a lot of trash these days, I think. Brilliant, that one. So that's an upgrade. That's for that pile. Next is Lenticular. You can see that's very deep. That I love these lenticulars because some of them are really. They're deep in this, like sort of looks like a bit like, you know, like the bombs went off and the bits they're sticking right out. To me, I don't know if that comes across, but these are really out of the picture. That's a brilliant slip. Haven't heard of the movie actually, but I'll be tracking it down in who's in it. Tom Clancy, Deborah would like that type of thing. That's her bag. So that's brilliant, excellent. I will try and get that one because it does look good. Great, it's cover on that one as well. Next is actually Three Musketeers. That's what a lenticular that is. Now Deborah is a massive fan of this, and I know that she's seen this. If this is the TV series, it looks like a movie actually. She loves these movies, and I can't get over how. I will track that one down because I don't know what it is, but she just really likes the Three Musketeers in general. So there you go. That's great. That didn't even know this thing existed actually. And a lot of these covers I've never seen before at all. If I see them in CX, I haven't got covers on, or I don't know they've got lenticular covers. Next is, this is another one of Deborah's favourites, Olympus Has Fallen. Now she's big on these movies. I haven't actually watched them, but I know that they're meant to be quite good. Lenticular as well. These are great, these. And she's either got this one or she would like to get this one. So anyway, we'll get it. If she hasn't got it, or she has got it, this has gone over the top, or when we get it. So that's brilliant. CX pile. Next is Godzilla 3D, but it's a lenticular slip. Now, I've got a cover of this, but it's not lenticular. It's just a regular cover. So that'll be going over the cover of my Blu-ray. I've got it on 4K, but this cover is so nice I can't not put it on. When I'm looking at it, that's these bits are really deep. Godzilla's kind of in front of that, obviously, and the sort of lettering does really stick out. These things don't come across that well on a video, but I hope you can see that. So that's going to go on an upgrade. Excellent. So next up is Ambulance. This is a brilliant film. If anyone's not seen this one, they're in for a treat. It's got an amazing picture quality, and I would imagine the Blu-ray has as well. And it's an amazing film, full of action, really good camera work as well. So that's Ambulance. Next is Matrix Resurrections. Now my son's got the 3 of these on Blu-ray, but he hasn't got the 4th one. What I might do is I might pick him up one on on Blu-ray, and he will put that over the top, and then he can put that in his collection, because I know he's talked about it, but the fact is he really likes the Matrix films as well. In fact, when we watch the Matrix on Blu-ray, we'll get them from his shelves. So that'll go in his collection. That's good. That's good for him. That's a good pile. He sometimes gets a little taste of this as well, because things in here might be good for his collection. Next up is Scream. Now Scream, I'm going to say this is Scream 5. I think that's a great cover, you know, for Scream. I've got to say, it's not a bad cover at all. And I know my son has got all the Screams in his collection. So as well as this one, this will get, I don't think he's bothered about 4Ks, if I'm honest. Really, weirdly enough, he's got PS5 and he can't watch them. So what I'll do is I'll get that one and I'll put this on so we can put it in his collection. He's got the other 4. So that's brilliant. So he's getting some stuff out of this, isn't he, Michael? Right, next up is Venom. Hello, Venom 4K. This is an amazing slip. I just think this cover is a really good cover. I've got this on 4K, but I haven't watched it yet. So what I'll do is I'll see if this one needs an upgrade, me cover, and I'll see if it will be upgraded with this cover. So that's the 4K of Venom. I'll put that in a separate pile. Next up is actually Venom Let There Be Carnage. Now, I haven't got this one, I haven't seen it, but sometimes you get these ones where you get the cheap, even with the 4K, and you put the Blu-ray slip over the top, because to be honest, on the shelves you would never know when it's on like that. So that'll be a good one for me if I can't get this with a slip on. So I'll put that with a Venom. So that's Venom Let There Be Carnage. I have heard that that's not as good as the first Venom, but I do need to collect them ones because I do like the Spider-Man sort of franchise side of Marvel. Next up is if it is a Marvel film. The Tourist. Now, weirdly enough, with Johnny Depp being quite in fashion these days, with the fact of him having that court case, wow, that was great to watch. Not so much great for Amber Heard, but there you go. And this will be one, I'm sure, I think Deborah's talked about this one, and it's one of those ones where I might have it actually, so that might go over the one that I've got if I haven't got it. But if I haven't got it, I will get this one, because Deborah really likes Angelina Jolie as well, so that's a good upgrade. That's for the CX pile. Next is Captain Phillips. Now this is this the one where he's on the ship? I think. Well, yes, the pirates come on board. Now, there was a time when I couldn't stand Tom Hanks. He was kind of up there with Tom Cruise for me. Now, we've let bygones be bygones with Tom Cruise, and also I do think that I was a bit. You see, Tom Hanks for me was always a comedy actor, and then when he started doing these serious films, I went right off him. But he is a good actor. I'm not saying he's a good actor. It's just his movies didn't appeal to me. But I did know somebody who actually used to work on ships, and he did have problems with these people, these pirates coming on board. It was a really massive problem. He used to have massive security on it. So every time I hear about this film, I think of him. Nice bit in Boston there. So I will watch Tom Hanks now. So I haven't put him into the sort of like delete drawer. But anyway, that's going to be a CEX pickup. I'm sure it's been out quite a while, that one now. Next up is actually, I was looking at this the other day. It didn't have a slip on, and the reason why was because the cast it had Jake Gyllenhaal in it, obviously from Ambulance. So I thought, I might watch a few more of his films. But in it also it's got Hugh Jackman, Viola Davis, and Paul Dano, the Riddler. So this is going to be a good movie, and great cover that. Look at that in Boston there. So I'll be definitely getting one. That's from a CEX one. And weirdly enough, I was just looking at that. It's strange. I think you follow me around, Michael. Right, next up is La La Land, one of my favourite films of all time. This is just spectacular. I love this movie. Can't get enough of it. I do have the 4K, but weirdly enough, I've got an idea when I'm going to be doing some stuff with my studio downstairs. I'm going to put a couple of sort of pictures up, but I'm going to put some slip covers in it. Sort of like a montage of slip covers, and things like this would look great in that, because I have got a slip cover on me 4K, but I love the slip cover in here. It's great, and it will look great on the wall. I think it's a great picture actually, like seeing a real throwback to the sort of 40s or 50s when it's kind of not really taken off, but it's giving you a flavour of. So that'll be going in that pile for maybe upgrading into this freeze montage. Oh, Jungle Book. Now, look at that. In Boston and that. That's absolutely brilliant, that. Now, funny enough, I've heard a lot of good things about this movie. Never seen it before. I've seen the original one. I think the original one's great. And I've always thought I might check this out. And obviously these days with Disney Plus, the streaming, people are getting rid of their Disney Plus titles, which is a bit wrong in my eyes, because what happens when Disney Plus say, do you know what, we're not going to show these anymore, because it could do that. And you're kind of stuck, aren't you? Because all the stuff you got rid of that you should have kept on your shelves, it's literally for pennies in CX these days. So I was thinking about getting a few of these Disney ones on the cheap. So that'll be an excellent one. I don't have to go looking for one with a slip on, because it's already here. So that's the Jungle Book CX pile. Next is the same again, Beauty and the Beast. I like these 3D covers, with this whole, sort of thing going on around the outside. And this is, again, I've heard a lot of good things about these movies. You could be aimed at kids, but I think they're quite watchable. Deborah's a big fan of Disney stuff. We used to have them all on VHS, not the ones that you collect, but the regular ones. Of course, I don't know. I think we've got about 5 or 6 of them left, but yeah. So that's the Beauty and the Beast. That'll be CEX upgrade. And like I say, these go for £2-3, which is quite insane actually. Never used to until Disney Plus started. Next up is, oh, look at that. It's got that's a lovely cover, that. I thought I had this, but I haven't got this, because we have got the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with him in it, but Johnny Depp. But I haven't got this one. But I will get it, because I think this was a big hit when it came out. So that's another one for these CEX pickups. Next is, this is funny, this one. because this is one I've always wanted to see and never got around to seeing it. I think we're going to actually go to the cinema to see it way back when. It's been out for a while, and I've heard good things about it. And these movies, we can get a blast out of them. And yes, so this spurred me on to get some of these ones from CX. And usually these ones, they've either got the slipcovers or hanging off them because of the fact it's been used by kids and they're never in good condition. So, you know, it's a great thing to just you can walk in and get this for £2 or something, and then you put this really good slip over it. So all 3D as well. I wouldn't be picking the 3D ones up. Well, if I had the 2K versions, I would. Next up is, oh, look at that. Now this is funny, you know, because I'm going to say that, and I don't know if I'm correct in saying this, but these numbered ones here, these are they quite hard to get in with the slipcovers, because the slipcovers are lovely. I remember seeing these in the shelves in like Asda and that, and I thought, oh, they're lovely. We'll have to go and pick them up one day. And we never have. But you see these for, like I say, repeat myself, but you see these for next to nothing in CX, so that's a good. And we're a big fan of it. All classic Disney ones are our favourite, even though some of these new ones are good. These are where it's at for us with Disney. That's a great film as well. To think when it came out in 1930, whatever, it's unbelievable, isn't it, that they could have done that in them days. Next up is Cuban Fury, Nick Frost, Rashida Jones, I like her, Chris O'Dowd and Ian McShane. This is, I'm sure, yes, because obviously Nick Frost became quite popular when he was in the whole, has it got Olivia Colman in there as well? Is that her? Looks like her. It seems like anything with him in it I like, because I think he's a great actor, great comedic actor. I do follow him on Instagram. Is he called Fried Gold or something? And have a good time with his stuff. And yes, so that'll be something I will be buying from CX. Great that. You always forget about these movies, don't you? Next up is Paul. I've got Paul without the slipcover. That's that sorted out. So that's brilliant. That's going to go straight over the top of that one. Great film this. I love this film. Very funny. It's kind of like in the Cornetto trilogy, but not. Next up is, now I think I've got this, you know, without a slip. Or if I haven't, I do want it, because I do like the other one, 300. And I think we were going to go and try and get this one, and I never got around to it. Or did I get it and it hasn't got a slip? I'll have to look into that. So that's 300 Rise of an Empire. That's the second one. I think there's only 2 of them. Next up is Prometheus. Oh, look at that slip. My son's got this without the slip. So this will be going straight over the top of that. Look at that. That's a lovely cover, that. And when the light catches it. Me and my son went to go and see this, what's sort of 3D actually. And when it finished, he turned to me, and also a bloke sitting next to me turned round to us and said, "What was that about? Why did it not end the way we thought it was going to end? How did that tie in with Alien?" And I says, "Well, I haven't got a clue. Obviously it didn't tie in with it. It needed to have another couple of parts to it. Are they ever going to get made? Probably not." Yeah, that was a bit of a dead end, unfortunately, because we did really like the movie, and the 3D actually looked quite good in it. But that's going to go in his collection. He's doing quite well, as I keep saying. Next up is, now, I'm sure I've got this. I'm sure I've got it without a slip, so this will be going over it. I'm sure, definitely got that. If I haven't, I will get that, because I do like, where is he? Colin Farrell. Dominic Cooper's in it as well. He was in, what's that one called? It's over there. Devil's Double. Yep. I like these movies. Quite good just to put on and just to have a. Deborah really likes these movies. So that's Dead Man Down, CX pile. Next up is, right, The Revenant. Now what I've done is, I got this on 4K, and it's never ever had a slip on it. Now, when you put this slip on it, you would never know that this is not on a 4K. It's on the shelves. I've got one. I've got the Blu-ray, and I've got it. I've got the cover on there. Now, I'm going to check my cover to see how it looks, because this is in perfect condition. So this one will probably, well, I'm going to tell you it will do. I will put this over the top of my 4K. And if anybody's thinking about The Revenant and you can't get it with a cover, get the Blu-ray cover, stick it over the top, you put it on the shelf, and you would never know this is the Blu-ray. So there you go. So that's brilliant. That's an upgrade for me. I'll put it over next to Godzilla 3D. And next is, So this is the sequel, or one of the sequels to Pitch Black, which I've got up there, and I'll get them. I think there is another 2 of them. I don't know. I haven't watched the sequels, but I have watched Pitch Black a long time ago. Excited to watch the 4K when I get around to it. So that will go in the CX pile. That'll be an amazing thing to have on the shelf. That's Riddick, the extended cut. Next up is Night and Day. Oh, actually, Tom Cruise. There you go. And Cameron Diaz. Now, I don't think I remember anything about this movie. I've never seen it. So I haven't seen this movie, and to be honest, these days we do go back and we do watch Tom Cruise movies. I think what we do is we kind of go back over. We don't go too far back because some of his early stuff does not appeal to us at all. But if this is like an action fest, then I'll be all over that. If he's doing all these crazy stunts in it, I'll have a bit of that. So that's a nice bit of spot glossing in there as well. So that's Night and Day, CX pile. Next up is Halo, The Fall of Reach. Now, is this, Blu-ray. Now, when I'm looking at this, I don't know anything about this, but I know it's a computer game. Now, my son's very much into these computer games. Is this from a computer game? I'm guessing it's not. I'm guessing it's a film. If it is, then I will get that. I will get it, and I will give it to him. I'll watch it as well. We do like stuff like this, me and Deborah, this sort of sci-fi thing. But I'll have to actually ask him if that's got a good cover there. You can see that face sort of appearing. Don't know anything about this series. I know they've got these big suits on and whatever. But yes, I'll ask him and see what he thinks about this. That looks like a removable sticker as well. I'll get the old lighter fuel on that. Nice soft touch as well. And no, it's not the last one. Next up is The Lady in the Van. Oh, that's a lovely cover, that. The Lady in the Van. Now, when we heard about this movie coming out, I didn't really think too much of it. But the fact is that I think it chronicles Alan Bennett, and I think that's somebody who he used to know. A lady used to live in the van, I believe. And the more I heard about it, the more I thought, yeah, I'll have to check it out. And I'm just looking there, and unfortunately, who's on there? James Corden. So hopefully he's not in it for too long. Or I might actually do a director's cut where there's a fella playing Alan Bennett. I might do a director's cut and get rid of him out of the movie. I think if anyone should be cancelled, it should be him, because apparently he's a right bit of work. There you go. So I will get that movie. Lovely slipcover. And you do see this very cheap in CX. So that's the Lady in the Van. Interesting story, actually. So the last one is Fast and the Furious 7. Now, it's a great cover, that. I do own this. I do own it on 4K, and I have got a cover on it. Actually, it'll probably be the same cover as this, but the 4K version at the top. It's a great cover. Actually, it's got some embossing on that. So that's a lovely cover there. But I will put that in the pile for that I might put as a sort of freeze on the wall or like that. Not too sure about that yet, but I've got enough spare slipcovers to do that with. Again, Michael, I can't thank you enough. I mean, look at all of those slipcovers. Absolutely amazing. So generous. And of course, the 13th are Clockwork Orange, the US one. I'm interested to see how that holds up. I'll talk about Clockwork Orange. I'll do a video. I'll put them all on. I'll talk in depth a bit about these movies and the different releases of them. That may be a video that will be coming out soonish. And this one, this is such a, I mean, Deborah loves these movies. We put them on. I says, yeah, watch this. And she goes, this is awful. I goes, I know. It's good, isn't it? And by the time of it, but I think they're all coming out on the Sci-Fi channel. And she says, oh, is that Sci-Fi? Is it Sharknado 6 come out yet? And we're going, no. But when it came out, watched it. The premiere. Can you absolutely believe that? So I want to thank you once again for this extremely generous gift, Michael. Absolutely brilliant. If you want to see more of these unboxings from Michael, check them out down below. You will love it, because I did as well. I've got some great stuff. So I'm going to go now and message Michael and tell him how much I thought of this stuff and how incredible this one was. He read my mind on this one. So back to the video that this was coming off. And once again, cheers, Michael. That was an absolutely amazing box, I'm sure you'll agree. So first of all, I'll talk about a Clockwork Orange. Did it look any better than the UK version on 4K? Actually, when I put it on, they more or less look exactly the same. I do think that these personally look great. They follow the original palette that Kubrick had wanted. They're not super bright, they're not super colourful, but I think that's the way he wanted this movie to look, a bit drab. So the US and the UK versions of A Clockwork Orange in 4K are exactly the same picture-wise, I feel. Amazing to have that. And next up, I checked this out. Now this one does play on my 4K player, so it's region free. And the picture quality, because it's over 2 discs, that's 6 films over 2 discs, 3 films on each disc. You would think by going by that, they would look quite ropey. I was expecting it to look average, should I say. It did look quite good on the Sci-Fi Channel, but these look absolutely incredible. It's mad to say this, especially with them being 3 on each disc, and it's region A, but it's not region A. It's region free if you ever want to get it. But these ones all look. I mean, this package is one of the best things I've ever received. It's so like entertaining. It's unbelievable. Yes, they are awful, but awful in the best way. So I can't recommend this release highly enough. The picture quality, the movies, everything about it is immense. So I want to thank Michael once again for sending this to me. That this is one of the best things I've received. So unexpected as well, especially it was high on my list of things to get, which I never thought I would get. So highly recommended. So thanks a lot, Michael. Also, when we were at the Metal Centre, Michael did give me something I haven't got in my collection at all. He gave me the trailer reel, film trailer reel of The Last Samurai. You get the trailer and the teaser trailer on there. This is something I haven't ever seen. I've seen people talking about them and showing them, but I've never actually physically seen this one or held one in my hands. It's just incredible to think that I have got this, The Last Samurai, which, as you know, I picked it up the other day on Blu-ray. So that's something that I will sort of like cherish because of the fact that being. I don't understand how these things work. Well, obviously they go into the machine, but I don't know how they work. And also, Michael gave me this, which is a strip of film, which I think is called a leader strip. You put this in to take that strip of film into the cinema projector, I believe. But I don't know too much about it. So here's Michael telling you about what this means.
Hello again, everybody. I was speaking to John, as you know, and we were talking about frames per second on film. So John asked me to just explain just a little bit, very briefly, what that is. So here is a frame of film. I know it's blurring all over the place. However, here is, as you can see, the picture down the middle, and 24 frames of these takes up 1 second when you put it through a projector screen. Just on the side here, you've got the soundtrack as well, which still goes in through the projector as well. So yeah, it's very, very quick. That it's as simple as that when it goes through the projector. However, if you keep a lookout for something like this, I had Die Hard on DVD a few years ago, and yeah, look, there's one in there. So that is that picture up there. Yeah, so just keep your eyes on those. I'm sure some of you have got some somewhere. But there we go. Speak to you again soon. Take care.
So I asked Michael to do that because I knew I hadn't got a clue how to explain how this strip works. But Michael did explain to me in the Metal Centre he was talking to us, and I went, wow, you'll have to make a video of that, explain it, because I'll never be able to retain that information. So also, lastly, but not leastly, if that's a thing, and if all that wasn't enough, Michael did give me 2 more movies. So first up he gave me, and I haven't opened these since I got them, although I can see what they are. He got me Exit Through the Gift Shop, a Banksy film. This is a movie that has really intrigued me from when I heard about it. Obviously, if Banksy's directed this, and nobody knows who he is at this point, how on earth did he direct it? I can't understand it, but I'm hoping this movie will explain that. Also, it's got a slipcover as well. Brilliant. And I don't know, I think this movie is maybe from around 2010. But yeah, I'm really intrigued by this movie. Don't know anything about it. I'm a big fan of Banksy, although I've never seen one in the flesh. I do think that I would love to get a Banksy on the wall, like a print of it. I'm a big fan of art in general, and this is a really intriguing movie to me. Wow, you get glasses in there. Now it says something about 2D on there, but does it say unique 2D viewing glasses include? I don't know what that means. Is it because, now am I going to try these on? That'll make a good thumbnail. Wow. It makes everything look psychedelic. That's very strange. It's kind of putting this kind of really weird sort of sheen on anything. Wow. That's crazy. You get a postcard in here. I think Banksy's got a great eye for this type of thing. You get some stickers. They'd be great. Didn't even know this movie existed in this format. Wow. It says on here, the incredible true story of how the greatest graffiti movie of all time was never made. As diverting as a motorway pile-up. Wow. Very intrigued with this movie. So that's Exit Through the Gift Shop. Great pair of packaging as well. And finally, Michael gave us this. Which, wow, even it's wrapped. Look at this. This is Argo Extended Special Edition. This is a one that I really wanted to get. And I remember even in Poundland, this was in Poundland for a while. And I thought, well, I'll just go into Poundland and get it. And I never ever saw, I saw loads of people picking this up back in the day. And I never ever saw it or got the chance to get it. So obviously, Michael, when he gave it to us, he said, have you seen this movie? I said, honestly, I've been after this package for that much time. It's, I know it's one of these movies that Deb's seen this movie and she quite liked it. But I really want to watch this because of the fact that I know this is a really good special edition. And when this was in Poundland, everybody was picking it up because they couldn't believe what you were getting in Poundland. I don't know how it eventually ended up in there, but it did. So I can't thank Michael enough for these gifts and also the slip covers. It's absolutely amazing that you would think of me. And it was great to catch up with you in the Merit Centre. I hope we do that again very soon because we've still got a lot of things to talk about. So, thanks for watching, especially you, Michael. And I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.